What's going on, y'all? It's your man, Stephen Bardo, coming at you with another edition of the Flyin Illini Report. I'm sorry it's a day late. Got my signals crossed up a little bit, been a little bit busy, but that's no excuse. So please accept my apologies. The Illini have two good challenges this week. First, Thursday, they travel to Northwestern. A Northwestern team that was ranked, still ranked in the top 25, is 3-2 in the Big Ten. Probably the surprise of the Big Ten thus far. And they're really led by their backcourt. Boo Buie, outstanding, talented, creative guard. Gets a little loose with the rock sometimes, but he can really create and score. And then Chase Aldiz, the impact transfer, has come in. He is about 6'3", kind of a strong power guy, but he can create his own shot and he can create for others. And so along with these two and the maturation of Pete Nance Jr. Pete Nance is really upped his game. Robbie Barron doing what he does. Another year older. Ryan Young is a scrappy post player. Miller Kopp is one of the better wing shooters in the Big Ten. Rugged, loves to defend, physical. This is a physical, confident Northwestern team that the Illini will have to cut the head off if they want to be successful. What do I mean by that? Well, the Illini have a plethora of guards that they can throw at Boo Buie and Chase Aldiz. And I believe if they can heat them up, meaning get up under them, can pressure them, can pick them up a little bit, full court possibly sometimes, really make them work. I think they can wear them down. They can force them into a lot of turnovers, and that will bode well for the Illini. I know that Northwestern has size up front and they've got depth, but I don't think their size and depth can compete with Kofi and Georgie up front. I just think that Kofi will wear them out. And with the nice balance that the Illini have, especially, it seems like Adam Miller kind of found something on the defensive end. And it's allowed him to relax on the offensive end. Coach Underwood last week was extremely pleased with the way that Ace was playing defense, talking about Adam Miller, that Ace was playing defense. So he is playing much better. You know that Trent Frazier is a dog of a defender on ball. DeMonte Williams loves to guard bigger guys. He can go between guards and forwards. He can play the four. So I think the Illini matchup-wise, I don't think Northwestern matches up very well with the Illini. What Northwestern loves to do, they've got a playbook this thick of plays that they can run, specialty plays, ways that they can get guys into position. So offensively, they're very hard to game plan against because they have so many sets. Defensively, they start out in man-to-man, but they run a lot of this 3-2 matchup zone. And they only use it when they have certain personnel on the floor. But they've got long personnel. And it really flummoxed Michigan State. I mean, to the point where the Spartans were inept offensively against Northwestern based on this matchup 3-2 zone. I believe the Illini with Ayo Dosunmu at 6'5" can be out top, can see over that pressure. And with a guy like DeMonte Williams can slide in there. And then you've got Andre Curbelo coming off the bench. He's a guy that can catch and can split two defenders in that matchup zone. He can get into the teeth of that defense and cause issues. So from a matchup standpoint, I think the Illini have the advantage over Northwestern. I like the Illini at Northwestern on Thursday. And then on Sunday, the Illini host the Maryland Terrapins at State Farm Center. Maryland is going to come in and they're reeling a little bit. They're licking their chops. They lost at Indiana in their previous game. They lost at home to a very talented Michigan squad. And so they lost at Purdue and they got that upset victory at Wisconsin. And they're without Daryl Morcell, probably their best leader, best defender, one of their toughest guys on their team. They played well last night at Indiana. Without Daryl, they could not win down the stretch. So I think without Daryl Morcell and Maryland coming on the road to Illinois, that's going to be a matchup that favors the Illini. Maryland's having to go deep into their bench. They brought a young player who reclassified. He just came from Milwaukee. He got in the game last night. So Maryland's still searching for their identity. They've got some talented guys. Aaron Wiggins played very well last night. junior wing player, about 6'6", 6'7", can shoot the three, can get to the rim. Eric Ayala is a solid point guard, kind of goes up and down with his confidence, but can sting you from three. He's got a strong body, so he can get you in the paint. He can post some smaller guards. They've got also Jarius Hamilton, who's 6'8", 6'9", can guard post players, but he's very comfortable on the perimeter. So he's kind of a unique matchup, one that I think if he and DeMonte Williams are in the game together, they more than likely would match up against one another. They've got Shoal Mariol, who comes off the bench, a 7'2" center. He's only got spot minutes. He didn't play a lot in their game against Indiana. He got a few more minutes against Michigan. He's still trying to get himself in the game shape to be able to play extended minutes. And so this is a Maryland team that's still searching for their identity. They had they had two really good games on the road at Purdue, where they came up a little bit short, and they won at Wisconsin. So they are dangerous when they have their full allotment of players. But with Daryl Morcell being out, I like the Illini in this one. Dante Scott, I didn't mention. He might be their most consistent and best player this year. I know Eric Ayala is their leading scorer, but Dante Scott, 6'7", hybrid forward, does a little bit of everything. Didn't particularly play well at Indiana. Look for him to have a bounce back game against the Illini, but I don't think it'll be enough because I just think Illinois at home, with them being healthy, with them being full strength, with the Illini now starting to find their rotations, who's coming off the bench at what time. Andre Curbelo comes in and plays with Ayo Dosunmu. I believe Ayo Dosunmu scores the most when Andre Curbelo was on the floor with him. And so I think the Illini are starting to really round in to a top 10 team in the nation, a top 3 team in the Big Ten. And so I think these games this week will be very good challenges because every game in this year's Big Ten is a very good challenge. But I like the Illini in both Thursday night when they visit Northwestern. I like them in that game. And I also like them at home on Sunday versus the Maryland Terrapins. Check here every week. I'll have the Flyin Illini report covering the Fighting Illini basketball team weekly. I hope you guys have a great week. Peace, y'all.